I am very excited to have my next guest join us. She just dropped a new album called The Gods We Can Touch, the lovely Aurora. Thank you so much for your time. Great to see you again.
Great to see you too. It's been such a long time since last time we talked.
Gosh, how are you? How are things? It's been so long.
I am lovely.
Yeah.
I'm feeling lovely.
On this day of this conversation, it is Constitution Day.
Back in Norway. Yes.
Here you are in the States, acknowledging that. I'm sure it must be nice to be able to, celebrate that, right?
Yeah, it is. And I'm not so national. I'm not so patriotic of myself. I'm not such a patriotic person or nationalistic, really. And I don't really care where my country ends or where another one's country begins. But it's nicer, at least when you're far away from home. It felt more like nostalgic and cute to eat Norwegian waffles with strangers that also missed home a bit. I don't know. I prefer almost celebrating it far away from home than at home.
With the last 2 years, it's been very interesting, let's say. We have gone up and down with regards to lockdowns and also the social justice calls and all those things. How have you internalized everything that has been going on, and then what do you think you learned about yourself over the last few years?
Well, I think I've grown more connected to the world than ever, because I've always been very, I've known myself very well from a very young age, but I feel like these 2 years have really taught me how I belong to the world and how I connect with people, how we all connect with each other, I guess, and also my place in this earth, my task in this earth, my obligations and my faults as a member of a society, as a thing that coexists with people, I guess. Because I've always been very good at being in my own world, even when I've been on tour. My mind has always mostly been in my own world. And I've kind of learned how to step a bit out of my own head and connect with everyone, and it's been good.
When you're living at home for a long period of time, not something that you're unfamiliar with, right? You have a forest near your home and you're able to explore and you're at one and at peace. Were you able to bond even closer with your family and those around you during that time?
Yeah. But also more just with a new essence of life. I bonded mostly with how beautiful every small thing is. Like how to appreciate every single meal, to appreciate being able to make my own food every day.
Really?
And not to eat like at a restaurant as you do on tour. But to be able to make your own meals has been a huge gift, because I'm very picky when it comes to food. I just want to eat cheese and bread, basically.
What were you making? I feel like people...
Cheese and bread.
You're making cheese and bread.
I like making things that can't be burned, that don't require heat.
Okay.
Yes, because I forget that I cook when I'm cooking, because my mind is very bad at focusing on tasks I have to do. I'm very good at focusing on fun things or things I deeply care about. But on the daily tasks of life, not so much. I'm very bad. It's very exhausting. So I like to cook things that don't require heat. So if I forget that I'm cooking, I don't burn down the building I live in. That's nice.
With cheese and bread as a staple, I'm sure there are other things that accompany that, right? Vegetables and things that, again, you don't need to burn.
No, only cheese and bread. Nothing, only yellow things. Cheese, bread, maybe some honey melon, maybe some pecan nuts, honey, sesame seeds I love too. And I love broccoli and cucumber. Salad, I'm starting to like it.
So if we were to have dinner at your home, the menu would be quite short.
Yes. Yes.
Good to know. There's been some milestones in your life and your family. You turned 25, which is a big thing for many people. Your sister had a baby. You are now an aunt. Congratulations.
An aunt. A-N-T.
We are all aunts.
Yes, aren't we all?
Yes. How have you thought about being 25, and what is it like to have a new member of your family, an extension from your sister?
Having a new member of the family is absolutely divine. I feel as if he is my child as well, and I love him a lot, and I can't wait to teach him about all the important things. Everything I know about maths, I will teach him. And Victoria, my sister, is going to be a great mother. She already is. She's very good. She's very good at giving love and care. It's definitely one of her greatest talents in life. So I'm happy that she has given herself an opportunity to give all of this to one person, one human being. It's lovely.
Have you been able to play with your nephew and start to observe and teach? And
yes, he's very funny to observe. Very stupid children.
Not stupid, he's unknowledgeable, right? He doesn't have the knowledge yet.
You can't have a conversation with him. He doesn't pay rent, contributes with nothing in the home. Useless. But he's very cute, and he's very he smiles a lot, and he smiles a lot to you. Like he's very good at connecting, which is lovely. He's very sweet. No, it's nice, and turning at 25 was really nice as well. I really like becoming older. I feel like I don't know. I really like it. I can't wait to be 50. It's gonna be or 66.
It'll come around very quickly.
It'll come around very quickly.
Did you envision something for yourself when you turned 25, and do you feel like you're at that point?
Oh no, I don't envision anything. I've never been. I don't see the point in that people think they have to accomplish things within certain ages, because you do what you want to do. And also I think when we put too many of our goals to like when we're young, we forget that we have our whole life to try new things and to explore new paths and to fulfill new milestones. I don't know. I'm very aware of how long life is. Life is so long, and I'm very, very aware of it. And I don't know. I just like. I don't think much about the future either, but I try to do things that I want to do. Of course, sometimes you have to do things in life, either you like it or not. But I try to spend as much time as I can to just do things that make sense, you know? Either if it makes me happy or someone else happy, or it leads to somewhere that will make me happy eventually one day.
Congratulations on this album. It's been out for some time, but I feel like it's still new to a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's still new to me as well.
The Gods We Can Touch, and it's an interesting album. It's a very interesting album. You're tackling a lot of subjects that I feel that have been talked about during the last 2 years with regards to morality. It's an interesting time here in America with the women's rights and abortion and things. Every time you're here, it feels like there's always something going on.
There's always something. I'm always drawn to this place.
Yeah.
When there's a lot of emotional storms.
What is it about Greek mythology and the inspiration of the material that kind of drove these songs?
Well, I think it's the way we think about history. We like to think that we're so evolved and that we know so much more now than we did. And I'm just trying to figure out why we don't know, why we're not better than what we are now. If we have, it's taken us so long time to get where we are today, and I'm really curious about why we haven't come further. I thought about, I guess morality, people, our beliefs, what pushes us to be good to each other. I thought about religion, how it's changed through times and evolved. And I thought about a long time ago when I felt maybe humans knew more than we do now about respect for life, about survival, about connection with earth and life and the world and nature and each other. And most definitely, at one point in history, we looked upon the ground where we stood and the water we drank, the sun on our faces and the trees above us, the rain falling from the sky. We thought about all these things as God. It was our version of, I guess, God. And in many indigenous cultures, it's still like that. And it's funny how it's always in the indigenous cultures they have the most respect for Mother Earth, for how to coexist with nature, animals, each other. And it's definitely the Western world that has destroyed most of this earth, and it's very sad.
How did you pick the people to work with? Because there's notable collaborations on there.
Well, the French girl, Pomme, I chose her because I found a castle in Norway from 1600s with French history, a French baron who once lived there, and he loved music and he loved art. And I thought if his ghost goes around in the castle, he would have loved to see me, hopefully, there for 100 years after him, visiting, making an album there. I don't know, I like to think that maybe he would like it. And I thought in case he didn't speak English, I wanted to have a song with some French in it, so as an ode to the history of the castle I was recording the album in. So that's why it opens up with like a French-ish song that ends in French. So it was just kind of a coincidence. I just wanted it to happen, and then somehow we made it in time.
Is a castle something that you enjoy? Is it something you, not to aspire, but kind of would like to revisit again and hang out?
Yes, I'm going there after this US tour.
Oh. Mm-hmm. For? Oh.
Who knows?
Oh.
Whatever.
For whatever. Oh.
Something wonderful, at least.
Okay.
I think that's definitely a soul place for me. I'll be there a lot in my life. In 50 years, when I'm 75, people will think of me when they think of this castle, and they will think of this castle when they think of me. I think our paths are very intertwined, because I feel like the whole world is mine when I'm there, and that I am the world's also.
I need to visit this castle.
Yes, you should. It's in Rosendale. Rosendale? And you fly to Bergen, obviously, with a plane, and then you take a cab and you drive it to the dock, fish market, right next to the fish market in Bergen. And then there's a boat, and for 2 hours you take the boat, and then you come to Rosendale. It's a small, beautiful place. And you walk up for 15 minutes through a field, and in between the mountains there's a small, humble, but yet a castle. And it's beautiful.
Wow. I can't wait to have bread and cheese at your castle. And to talk to you once again about the new things.
You should come. I will give you wine, cheese, bread.
That is all we need. And broccoli, right?
And broccoli.
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
Yes.
That's all a lady needs in this world.
I really appreciate you taking time to do this.
Thank you again for your time.
Yeah, and so lovely to see you. I'm glad you're doing well, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you. And you too.